What's up, everybody? George here again with video number 2 in our series for the Super Cub LP. Today's video is going to be on assembling this plane. It looks like it's going to be pretty easy. What we'll be doing is following the instructions that came with it. They seem to be pretty straightforward and easy to follow. So the first thing they're going to tell us to do is to attach the landing gear to the fuselage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just grab this, and it says to just push it in here. And it said that you should feel it clicking. There it is. It did click in. It says to pull on the landing gear to make sure that it clicked, but it's obvious that it did click. The next thing that I need to do is install these two wing strut covers, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and screw them on and get those all ready to go next. That one goes that way, and it looks like I got to twist it around a little bit. So I'll go ahead and get those screws put in place and tighten them down. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me try to screw these little screws in. But once I get the screws in, we'll move on to the next section, which is going to be the wing, mounting the wing. So let's go ahead and get this screwed in and get ready for the next portion. Okay, there you go. Landing gear is all attached. It took all of about 30 seconds to screw in the screws on the bottom. The screws just screw directly right into the foam. There's no piloted holes or anything. You just line it up the best you can and then screw them in. Look pretty good covering up the gear there. So that does the landing gear. The next step is to install the wing. We're going to go ahead and do that. The wing is installed with 4 rubber bands. These rubber bands right here hold the wing on primarily across over the top, and we'll go ahead and we'll attach the wing right now. Try to get it as centered as possible. So put the first rubber band on. It goes on pretty simply. Second rubber band, put it on. Once I get it on here secure, I'm going to make sure that it is centered up pretty good, make any minor adjustments that I have to make. Now I'll go ahead and I'll add 2 more rubber bands, and I'll do them in a crisscross pattern. Take the first one. This is just going to make sure that that wing doesn't come off during normal flight, but there is enough flexibility if you do crash that it's not permanently affixed and it'll snap. So this is a good idea, especially for a trainer like this. And there you have it. The wing assembly is installed. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is screwing on the struts. We'll do that next. A little piece of tape on there. But the struts will get hooked up to the fuselage, just like this. They give you some screws. It's going to screw down into the foam of the fuselage, so it's not going to be difficult to do at all. I'll go ahead and get those little screws done again, and then we'll come back in when we're done with that and take a look at what it looks like, okay? Okay, there you go. The wing struts are now installed. Once again, they just install using 2 small screws, screwing directly into the foam of the fuselage. And at this point, the wing assembly is complete, and we're getting pretty close to being done with this bird here. The next section is going to be the tail section. The tail section comes in 2 pieces. It comes with the rudder and the elevator. So we'll be putting those together and attaching them to the plane next. So let's go ahead and get ready to do that. we go. Let's go ahead and get the tail section assembled. The tail section is comprised of these two sections, the rudder and the elevator, and there's two pins which go into the two holes here. It looks pretty simple. You've got to make sure you get the linkage underneath so that it's properly lined up, and these two pieces just go together like this. On the bottom is the linkage, rudder linkage right here, and this side is going to be the elevator linkage. This whole unit right here is just going to snap right into the tail. There's a couple holes here in the bottom of the tail that this is going to snap right into. I'm just going to go ahead and pop that in there, line up the holes, and just slide it down. There's also a slot for the other part of the tail to go in, and you also have to lock this gear in the back down into this holder right here. To do that, you simply just pull down a little bit on it. I'm going to get it mounted a little bit better first before I pull down, but once I get everything in place, we'll complete the assembly by hooking up the linkage, and that should finish this up. So I'll go ahead and attach this with two screws through the bottom of this. They're two long screws that come with the kit. Once I get that installed, we should be ready to go and hook up the linkage. So let me get these screwed in and we'll do the linkage here in a minute. Okay, we have the tail section is all secured now. Two rods went down through the fuselage, and two screws go up and kind of pull everything tight together. Everything went together, feels nice and tight. Everything looks good. Landing gear, you have to pull the landing gear kind of out and make it go in, make the bushing slide into this holder, but that was very easy to do. The last thing that I have to do is the two connecting rods for the rudder and for the elevator. I'll go ahead and get those connected, and that will be the completed version. Okay, that's the last connection. I have the elevator and rudder connecting rods attached now. It does appear to be pretty trimmed out right out of the box. Of course, once I go ahead and get my transmitter hooked up, I'll set my trim settings on that before the flight. But there you have it, Super Cub LP. It was a pleasure to assemble. Very, very easy, very straightforward. Looks like it's going to be a pretty rugged bird. So we'll be taking her out for a maiden flight next. That'll be the next video. Hopefully it won't be a crash and burn video. We'll see. But there you have it, Super Cub LP, the BNF, by Hobby Zone. So far, I'm a happy camper.